Here, read this.
Woof.
So the brawl between Joyce Carol Oates and Elon Musk rumbles on. Musk has, as predicted, responded to Joyce Carol Oates because her tweet got too many likes for him to ignore it. He has claimed that everything that she said about him, which if you didn't watch the last video, if you've somehow missed this story, she basically said that he has no sense of culture, he comes across as completely uneducated, and above all, he seems to appreciate nothing in life. You never hear about anything that he actually likes. He doesn't seem to take pleasure in anything. Musk has attempted to rebut this by saying it is all demonstrably false, and then providing a slew of evidence that Joyce Carol Oates was exactly right. So he came back to her accusation that he doesn't read by proving that he literally doesn't read. Instead, he listens to audiobooks. Musk has been listening to the Iliad, he claims, for maximum alpha. He's been listening to it at 1.25 speed and adding a scholarly note, it was meant to be a spoken, not written story. Unfortunately, he attached to that tweet a picture of the Odyssey, not the Iliad. I assume that he got the note that it was oral literature from his robot friend Grok that he made for himself. And asks, what could I say about the Iliad that makes me look like I know something? And just ignoring the fact that I think it's fair to say quite a few people have actually found whatever the original intention of the Iliad was, that it is quite worth reading. Very much like the plays of Shakespeare. Quite aside from all that, if it was supposed to be spoken, do you think it was supposed to be spoken at 1.25 speed in English? Musk has also called Joyce Carol Oates a mean liar and not a good human. Very, very Trumpian, that phrase, not a good human. I mean, who are you trying to fool, Elon Musk? Not like us humans with our culture and technology. And quick, Grok, give me some basic features of Homo sapiens. He also called out Joyce Carol Oates' abuse of semicolons, which is bloody rich, coming from someone who can only talk in pictures and memes. He also had no idea how Joyce Carol Oates uses semicolons. He got his robot friend Grok to look up common criticisms from readers of Joyce Carol Oates. He has, of course, never read a Joyce Carol Oates novel because he can't read, because he's an imbecile. Incidentally, earlier this year, I read an article in the LRB which for the first time reproduced in its print an emoticon in the way it appears on your phone's keyboard. And it looked really, really strange on the page. It was like suddenly I'd swapped to reading on my phone or something. And would you like to know the reason that a tonguey out face or whatever it was appeared in the London Review of Books? It was because they had to quote Elon Musk. And he can't use words, he has to use little cartoons. And then he regroups for a classic Muskian quip. Eating a bag of sawdust would be vastly more enjoyable than reading the laboriously pretentious drivel of Oates. I mean, let that sink in. A bag of sawdust. I mean, that's not enjoyable at all. He's really got her there. It's funny how you can sort of hear the gulps in his delivery even when his jokes are written down. Like, you know, listen, Joyce Carol Oates. I think more enjoyable than reading a Joyce Carol Oates book would be if you got paint, it's like wet. You know how paint is wet. Well, you put paint on the wall and you watch it when it's wet when you put it on the wall, right? But it takes a while for it not to be wet, for it to dry, and I think it would be more fun to watch that than to read a Joyce Carol Oates book, to watch the paint go from wet to dry. Meanwhile, Joyce Carol Oates has dropped back in when she feels like it. Someone responded to her original tweet saying, wherever Musk goes, he wants to leave, South Africa, Canada, ultimately the US. To which Joyce Carol Oates responded, wherever he goes, he wants to leave. That's because when he gets there, he has brought his own self along. And whatever club he's invited to join has been devalued by the invitation. A precision and elegance that Musk could only dream of there. But what I like most about Joyce Carol Oates' tone is how she's just kind of pondering shit. You know, her first tweet was sort of inspired by a spark of curiosity about what is it about Musk that seems so uncanny and so pathetic. How can a man who is so chunky also be so insubstantial? I find it fascinating how how Musk is just so unlike billionaires of yore. He can't enjoy what he has. He can't hide and enjoy his riches. He also has to be liked. He also has to have everyone to think he is very cool and very funny. And his tragedy is that the more he tries to persuade people that he is funny and cool, the more he simply can't help producing irrefutable evidence to the contrary.